to be more easily explained than they are.
Yeah, that's true. I could see that. Because it takes a lot of work to actually go. So people who say that gender is a social construct.
That's a good one.
Sounds very nice.
I love saying that.
It's not.
Start saying that for no
It's
reason
not
at
true.
all.
But it's infuriating because it's everywhere now. Like, this is what children are being taught in school. Up in Canada, that's what they're being taught in their curriculum. And there's absolutely no truth to it at all. But, I mean, if you read the scientific studies, you cannot come away from them saying gender is a social construct. There's absolutely
What's the
no
argument for it? Like, if you were arguing for it?
That I guess the idea is that women should be equal. And obviously, as a woman, I believe that. And so any sort of subjugation of women must somehow be imposed by society. Because if we acknowledge that women are different biologically in any way, that's going to be used as justification why they don't deserve to be treated the same as men, or they're not as capable as men.
But why is different subjugation, and why is different incapable, and why is different inferior?
Well, I guess because there has been a history of there being sexism, and say so with the whole Google memo thing, and this idea that women are biologically, we are different. Not to say we're not as capable, but if there are any sort of biological correlates to what women find interesting, could that be extrapolated to capability, extrapolated to women should go back to the kitchen, women aren't good at math, things like that. I mean, I get why people don't like biological explanations for things. I think, like you said, I think it's just a lot easier. It's a lazy way to just dismiss the whole thing and say, you know, we don't need to think about it. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, nothing to see here. But it's clearly not true in terms of the scientific research. So there has to be some cognitive dissonance in order to accept that and to preach it and to say it, and everybody has to agree upon it, which is one of the reasons why I think any statements contrary to that get aggressively attacked. And this is part of the reason why these ideas are so supercharged. It's that there's an understanding that it's horseshit. And so when someone challenges it and says it's horseshit, you've been living your whole life with this horseshit. It's almost like a religious thing.
Yeah. Well, okay, I think some people know what the truth is and they actively lie because they think they're doing something good for women. So they'll say gender is a social construct even though they know it's biological. And I think people who are younger, maybe going through school now, who are being taught this, actually don't know the difference and actually believe it.
But why would they aggressively attack the scientific research that's contrary to that claim then?
You mean the people who don't know any better?
Yeah.
Who they actually believe that gender is a social construct and these scientists are just sexist and misogynistic and
Right,
want to keep women down.
But I can get that if you didn't research it, if you didn't look into it. But once you start looking into it, you go, oh, well, this is weird. Like, there's clearly... I mean,
do you think people actually look into it, though? I don't think they do. The sense I get is they find someone or some journalist who has some sort of decent sounding criticism of the literature, and they just